I hope you haven't gone through all this trouble just for me." "What do you mean?" Curtis asked. He seemed preoccupied, worried. The doctor's attempt at light conversation as they sat in the plane did not seem to relax him. "This," the doctor gestured in the air. "Such a large plane. A cargo lifter, is that what they're called?" He looked round, like a child in a toy shop. Absolutely fascinating. "And why would we go to all this trouble for you?" Holliday asked laconically, as he strapped himself in across the aisle. "Well, it hardly seems necessary for just the 4 of us. 6 if you include the pilot and co-pilot, I suppose." He smiled warmly and rubbed his hands together. "I thought perhaps it was a generous accommodation for my blue box." Holliday's eyes narrowed. The Grand Duchess herself settled into a seat further along and studiously ignored them. Noticing this, the doctor added loudly, "I mean, the Duchess's trunk is pretty substantial for a short break in Siberia, but even that and my box together hardly warrant the use of this sort of technology." Curtis turned with apparent effort. There was an empty seat between him and the doctor, and he peered across it. His pupils were black pinpricks in his opaque eyes. The pores of his skin were dark dots. "Your blue box intrigues me, Doctor." The doctor shrugged. "A little idiosyncratic, I admit." He grinned. "Sometimes, you know, it intrigues me too." "Not the box itself. I'm intrigued to know what's inside it." "And I'm intrigued to know what's inside the Grand Duchess's trunk." He gave her a wave as she glanced across. She stared at him briefly and looked away again. The doctor was saved from answering further by the pilot's voice over the intercom, asking them to prepare for takeoff. "Perhaps it's Schrodinger's cat," the doctor mused as the plane powered down the runway. The engine strained, the noise building until it was almost deafening. Eventually, the huge plane lifted ponderously off the tarmac and skimmed over the ground. "That trunk of yours must be even heavier than it looks," the doctor shouted across at the Duchess as the plane struggled to gain altitude. "Maybe it's Schrodinger's weightlifting kit rather than his cat." "I'm afraid I have absolutely no idea what you are talking about, you strange man," the Duchess rebuked him. Her voice was almost lost in the engine noise, but the doctor beamed at her as if she had complimented him handsomely. "Well, since you ask," he said, settling back and adjusting the seat's position so he could recline and steeple his fingers, "I'll tell you." "Oh, good," Holliday said, just loud enough for the doctor to hear. His tone was unenthusiastic. "Schrödinger suggested," the doctor went on, undeterred, "that you could put a cat in a box." The Duchess seemed unimpressed at the idea. "There is no cat in my trunk," she announced loftily. "Ah," the doctor said with a wink and a tap of the nose. "But there might be. We don't know for certain until we open it." He beamed at his audience. They stared stonily back. "You see, what you do is set up some device. You can use a photon of light passing through a slit if you really want to make the point. But in Schrödinger's example, the device allows for poison gas to be released inside the box. Or not. There's a 50-50 chance, and you don't know whether it's happened or not." "Why?" the Duchess asked, her face wrinkling even more than usual. "Well, that's the clever bit, you see. That way you don't know if the cat is still alive or not." The doctor frowned. "Of course, the box needs to be airtight or you could run into trouble. And if it's airtight, then the cat's rather had it anyway. But leaving that aside, you are now in the position of having a cat inside a box and no way of knowing if it's alive or dead." "But all you have to do is open the box," the Duchess pointed out. "Not take the money?" the doctor mused. "You're right, of course. But until you do, Schrödinger's cat is in an indeterminate state. It's neither alive nor dead." "Rubbish," Holliday told him. "It has to be one or the other." "Well, yes, but you don't know which until the box is opened." "I rather suspect that the cat knows," Curtis said. "No, well, yes, sort of. Look, forget the cat for a minute." It was you who told us to poison it. Yes, fine. Well, anyway, it doesn't have to be a cat, of course. Though that might affect the poison you choose. Anyway, you open the box and the cat is alive or dead. Can we at least agree on that bit? Good. Now at that moment, a decision has been taken, and the universe splits. The Duchess's mouth dropped open. The doctor held up his hand. Hang on, we're nearly there. Follow me closely now. In one universe, the cat is alive, and in the other, it's dead. That's what quantum theory says. At every decision point, the multiverse gets bigger. It's still finite, although because there have been an awfully huge number of possible differences and decisions, it's an awfully big finite number. I mean, you could sit down and count your way through them all, if you had the time. He leaned back again, and a rather more comfortable chair than this one. So? The Duchess prompted him. So, the doctor said. Schrödinger used this as an example of just how silly quantum theory is. Like you, he said that the cat must make its mind up whether it's alive or dead. It can't be neither one thing nor the other. It either is or it isn't. But the irony is that people now use Schrödinger's cat to explain quantum theory rather than rebuke it. He paused and nodded, evidently pleased with the way the explanation had gone. Then a puzzled frown slowly drifted across the doctor's face. I'm sorry, how did we get onto this?